We all experience times of shift, literally and metaphorically. Have you ever wondered why? Sometimes it's the shift, change, or move from one season to the next. Sometimes it's a faith test designed to shift us. And sometimes it's for our protection. For me, a former atheist, it was all three: an identity shift. This story about the end of the eighth plague in Egypt after Pharaoh begged Moses and Moses prayed for the locust removal is a good example of how God answers prayers for protection. Yet, Pharaoh's heart would again harden against the Israelites. Our memory of blessings can be short, even about disasters averted. But my Uncle Leon never forgot God's protection on one particular day when he was a teenager growing up in northern Maine. On a dynamite job for his father, my uncle discovered the foreman had set far too much dynamite, and there was nothing anyone could do to change that. So they lit the fuse and ran for cover. The blast shook the earth while examining the impact after the dust had cleared. Uncle Leon heard a whistling sound from above. A huge rock from the blast landed right next to him. I've had plenty of close calls that I know about, though not as dramatic as Uncle Leon's, and I'll bet you have too. Only God knows how many times he's shifted to protect us. But the biggest protective shift we can experience is this belief, an unshifting metaphorical boulder from on high. Every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. James 1:17. In Colossians 1:23, Paul encourages us to stay strong in our faith, to not shift away from the good news that is for everyone in the world, including you and me. Have you ever given testimony in a court of law? I did 34 years ago when the judge in my divorce case asked me to state my name, Carol Duff, whether I had minor children. I did. The legal grounds for divorce, irreconcilable differences. About property division, 50-50. Child custody, full custody for me, and child support. My lawyer showed evidence of our agreements. Standing in front of the judge and admitting my failure was humbling and acutely painful. But because of that test, I shifted from atheism to faith. Thereafter, the Spirit guided me to the gospel. Daniel 2:21 is part of his prayer of praise to God after he revealed King Nebuchadnezzar's secret dream. What does this dream signify? God controls time and events. He has the power to empower and depose rulers. All true understanding comes directly from God. After I retired from teaching in the third season of life 15 years ago, I started writing. I wrote to think. I wrote to practice. I wrote to hold my feet to the fire. Mostly I read and write and pray and seek wisdom. My faith journey, Wisdom Builds Her House, is the fruit of my third season identity shift. When God shifts Keith and me into our fourth and final season of life, these words from Psalm 102, verses 25 to 27, will be in our hearts and minds. In the beginning, you laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of your hands. They will perish, but you remain. They will all wear out like a garment. Like clothing, you will change them, and they will be discarded. But you remain the same, and your years will never end.